History is full of stories of kings and emperors. A philosopher remarked that kings were glorified gangsters. Gangsters usually took over leadership, and that gang unified and united the others to establish little groups or little kingdoms. They made themselves lords and kings. But there are also those, like the Romans or the Japanese, who claim to be gods or sons of gods. Israel was the only nation that was different. They had no kings except judges, prophets, priests. Only later, upon the insistence, when Israel insisted, God sent anointed kings or servant kings to lead his people. In their moments of unfaithfulness, Israel was made to realize that God could also use foreign kings to punish them or even save them. There were kings like Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon and Cyrus of Persia. Both of them were God sent. Today, as we celebrate World Mission Sunday, Pope Francis is reminding us to give back to God what belongs to God. First, he invites us to step out of ourselves for the love of God and neighbor. Secondly, we are the Father's missionaries with Jesus the missionary because we are sons and daughters of God in the church. Thirdly, that we as church witness and proclaim the gospel of love and the love of God. And fourthly, that mission is our free and willing response flowing from a personal relationship of love. Finally, we are called to rediscover the need for social and communal relationships during this pandemic and empathize with the plight of the quarantined and the deprived. Hence the reason for the theme, "Here I am, send me." When God asks, "Whom shall I send?" He expects, "Here I am, send me." That's when we render to God what belongs to God. We give ourselves to Him to be sent and to point out the God of love in our midst. At this point in the Gospel, something else is happening. A test is in progress. Religious people like the Pharisees were setting a trap for Jesus. It was Jesus who taught them that everything, all life, Caesar's rights, power and possession were God's. It was he who taught them that Caesar was like Cyrus of Persia, a foreign king chosen and sent to save Israel, God's people. It was he who taught them that if they were lawful, then they were servant kings. And it was all right to pray, to cooperate, to respect them and their governance. When we say, "Render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God," it means to God belongs our first love, which includes loving the God-appointed king or government. It means to see the emergence of the kingdom of God, indicated by the prevalence of justice, peace, love, unity, and equality. In addition to this, the kingdom consoles, strengthens, welcomes, and includes. It means to view ourselves as servants of God, not government servants, enforcing just laws and not unjust laws. It means He taught us to pay our taxes, without cheating, to build the nation where it benefits all and the poor, ensuring the quality of life and giving the best of ourselves. It means to build His kingdom and send forth the missionaries of the gospel or the good news. All of us, even Caesar, has to render or give an account to God. No one is exempted. No one is higher than God. When we see everything is mission, then it becomes a rendering to God. What we do for God, we do for neighbor, and what we do for neighbor, we do for God. Render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Render to God what belongs to God. That's your mission.